All right, Harris sat down, as you know, for her first big interview this past week. More than a month after stepping in as the Democratic candidate. Her Vice President, Tim Walz, her nominee, joined her for the Democrats, praised her performance, but the critics say she tended to flip-flop on some issues like fracking and decriminalization of the border crossings.
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced that address and deal with people who cross our border illegally.
Welcome back in Ken Ulman. He is the chair of the Maryland Democratic Party to On the Hill this morning. Good to see you, Ken. When I last saw you, it was in Chicago. You were all feeling really good about the last night of the convention. Do you still feel good, you know, a week after, as the hangover worn off at all from what you all experienced in Chicago?
Hopefully you're not talking about literal hangover,
no,
because
figurative hangover.
It was a great celebration. And Tom, it was great to see you out there in Chicago. And yeah, you know, the great thing about this election is we have 2 months, 2 more months to keep the momentum, keep the energy, and make the case of two vastly different views of the country and sort of the visions of our party. We saw that on display with an upbeat, optimistic, positive view of America that, you know, recognizes we got real challenges, but recognizes we can come together to solve those challenges. And we were really excited about Chicago, and we're rolling through November 5th.
You know, a lot of prevailing talk about the interview this past week was that it didn't really hurt her, but it also didn't really help her. How did you see that interview?
You know, I mean, I think there was a lot made about sitting down for a first interview. And, you know, we're in this part of the campaign where people look for every word to parse. You know, people like to use the terms flip-flops. I mean, on the border issue, we know that there was a bipartisan deal struck, led by a very conservative senator from Oklahoma. Donald Trump told his folks, don't vote for it because it'll help me in the campaign. And so, you know, on immigration, these are complex issues, and we know we were poised to have a bipartisan solution. And frankly, when it comes to flip-flopping, look at what Donald Trump's doing on abortion. I mean, all of a sudden, he's changing every day, trying to figure out where to be, because he realizes that packing the Supreme Court and overturning Roe versus Wade is a political loser, and frankly, a very difficult decision for reproductive freedom for so many Americans. So we're in the part of the campaign where people are going to parse every word. This is about two different visions, and we got 2 months to make the case.
So you just heard Aaron Zitner, I believe, from the Wall Street Journal, saying that the latest Journal poll has Harris with a slight lead over Donald Trump. You know, Labor Day is the traditional kickoff to the fall campaign. There is room ahead, though, you know, for people to be making up their minds. Aaron had told us like 15% of the people still needed to know more about Kamala Harris. What do you expect the debate's role is going to be in making up the minds of those people who still are undecided between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump?
Yeah, look, this is going to be a tough election. We know that. It's going to come down to a few states. They're all really close. There's probably 6, 7 states that are in play. And I think in the debate, people are still looking to see, can Kamala Harris make the case that she can be president of the United States? Obviously, I feel strongly. We in Chicago, I think, all together made that case. I don't think people want to go back to Donald Trump as president, but they want to know that there is somebody that they can see to lead this country. And I think that's exactly what Kamala Harris is going to do on the debate stage. And, you know, folks haven't really seen her toe-to-toe with Donald Trump before. We can imagine what that'll be like. So I think it's a great opportunity for her. I think she's going to shine. She's not intimidated lightly. I think that's why Donald Trump's having such a tough time figuring out how to attack.
Real quick before we leave you, there was a poll out showing that the Maryland U.S. Senate race between former Republican Governor Larry Hogan and the Democratic nominee Angela Alsobrooks is tied right now. Alsobrooks was given a keynote slot at the convention. I know a lot of Democrats we spoke to were hoping for a bigger bump. What do you make of that poll?
You know, we've seen a lot of polls that have different information, but we always knew this was going to be a tough race. And we're going to make the case that Larry Hogan was recruited by Mitch McConnell and will turn over the U.S. Senate to Republicans. But we've got a tough race on our hands. We know that, and we're ready.
All right, Ken Ulman. He is the chairman of the Maryland Democratic Party, and it is a pleasure to talk to you once again. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.